Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday League to Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have two home games against Hearts and Kilmarnock. These are two sides that have beaten us so far this season, so it is going to be a tough ask for us. And as you can see, Hearts are currently sat second in the league table, just behind Celtic. We're currently sat in fourth place. Yes, there's a big gap between us and that top three, but we're not doing too badly really. We're 6 points ahead of Hibernian at the moment, and we're in and around the same amount of points as Aberdeen and St Johnstone, so we're doing quite well to be honest. And considering I was expecting around 7th or 8th place, I think we're really going beyond expectations at the moment. In terms of our recent form since you were last with us for the Livingston Ross County games, we lost to Celtic in the league, we lost 2-0 in that one. We then beat St Mirren at home by 2 goals to 1. We lost 1-0 in the Cup semi-final, which was unfortunate. We had a 1-0 win over Hibernian in the away game against them. They went down to 10 men just after 2 minutes, and it was a really hard fought game, but we managed to get the goal that we deserved. And then against Aberdeen, we got a last minute equaliser to get us a point there. So with these two home games, like I say, I think the Hearts game is going to be certainly the tougher of the two, but I am hopeful that we can get a good result against Kilmarnock in the second game for sure. If we can get anything out of this game against Hearts, it will be considered a good result. Dylan Levitt, unfortunately, does want to leave the club now. He's got a year and a half left on his deal, and we've agreed a price of around £17 million with him. So if anyone wants to come in and give us that kind of money for him, that would be great, and it would really set us up for the rest of the season and probably next season as well, considering the amount of money it would give us. The board only give us, I think it's like 10 or 20% transfer revenue, so we'd only get probably £3 million of that 17 million if we got that amount, of course. Which is a bit disappointing, really, but at the same time, it will go straight into the club's bank and we can use it to improve our facilities, which is, again, very important. When we played Hearts last time, we lost 4-1. If we can improve on that result, great. And if we can actually get a positive result out of this game, even better. So, fingers crossed, and here we go. We've got Stashevski in goal with Van Roy, Edwards, Graham, and Sirkin at the back. James Levitt and Fiorini in the midfield with Cudjoe, Lulic, and Sharp as our front three. Levitt plays it back to Edwards here. Edwards, by the way, is out of contract at the end of the season, the centre-back, and he will be leaving at the end of the season. He is 32, going on 33 now, and yes, he's probably one of our best defenders, but I feel that it is the right time to let him go. And Cudjoe has done brilliantly there. Fraser Sharp almost got in his way, in fact, but Cudjoe has put us in front here after 7 minutes, and that is a brilliant start to this game against Hearts. And Cudjoe has been a bit poor in recent matches. He's been averaging between 6.2 and 6.4 most games. But with that early goal, he has certainly given us a big advantage here. Lulic plays it back out to Levitt from the corner. Levitt with the delivery in, and Fraser Sharp is there, and it's a good header, but it's gone over the crossbar, unfortunately. It remains 1-0, but this is a really good start from us in this match. Really looking positive going forward as well. And in terms of possession, we're actually doing very well in that respect as well. When we played Hearts last time, they absolutely battered us all game. They had so many attempts at goal. They had a lot more of the ball. They were at home for that game, of course, but apparently with us being at home, we might have a bit of a stronger advantage here. Here's McLucky into Rowe, plays it back to the left back for Hearts, rolls, looks forward here for Oscar Bob, it's cleared away and Cudjoe manages to get onto it, and that's a good pass into Lulic, who finds Fraser Sharp. Fraser Sharp does well to move into the space and finds Lulic. He has Sirkin on the overlap potentially, but he's still going down that left hand side. Lulic does well finding Fiorini on the edge of the penalty area, back into Lulic, and the shot is over the crossbar. A really well worked move really in the end. Fraser Sharp did really well to create the space for Lulic, and it was a brilliant run from him. It remains 1-0, but again, really good positive movement going forward. Really happy with the way that we're playing at the minute. And to be in the position we're in the league, like I say, I was hoping for around mid-table to top half, but the fact that we're potentially going to be challenging for that fourth place spot, which of course is a European qualification spot, it's certainly a big aim to be able to do this until the end of the season. But like I say, hopefully we can continue to push on and continue to get good results, especially against the teams that are further down in the table. We do want revenge on Kilmarnock as well, of course. We did lose to them last time out, and we are capable of beating a side of Kilmarnock's quality. with the way Hearts have been playing, I didn't think we'd do as well as we are doing so far. But we have the 1 goal lead. We're the better side so far. We need a second goal really just to give us that little bit of a cushion. Fearing it here into Lulic, who's had a really good game on that left-hand side, and he's still got the ball, and he's a brilliant strike there. It's just wide of the post, but he is certainly having a good game on that left-hand side. The ratings would say differently. He's only rated 6.6 so far, but I think he's certainly been one of the more lively players in this game. Cujo moving down this right-hand side here, has support arriving in the penalty area if he can find it. He plays it back to Van Rooij at right back. Now into Dylan Levitt. He loses out to Fornau. Now Lawrence Shankland is clearing away. Cavallini challenges Graham but couldn't get there. And Levitt looks over the top here brilliantly for Lulic, who wins the header. And the keeper came for it, didn't get there. And Stefan Lulic with his second goal of the campaign. I mean, remember, Lulic was an amateur player when we signed him originally. And he has scored a couple of goals for us now. He really has done well to improve in the manner that he has. And Levitt here with a free kick. Swings it into the far post. Edwards with a header and it's just over the crossbar. It's 2-0 here. And I'm very surprised, to be honest. I didn't think we'd be doing quite as well against Hearts as we are doing. And we've really dominated the game. And we've had 70% possession. 15 attempts to goal with 5 shots on target. They've only had 4 shots with the 1 on target. We've done really well today. And with the game coming up against Kilmarnock, I feel quite positive that we could get another good result there. And if we can continue in this manner, I mean, like I say, the team's playing really well today. We did rotate a bit for that Aberdeen game, so the fact that we got a point from that worked out in our favour as well. And I know players are extremely tired here, but we're just going to leave it be. We're going to see the game out. It's going to be a 2-0 win over Hearts. A massive, massive result for us. Really surprised at that one, but it's a brilliant result given the circumstances of the league table and how well Hearts have played so far this season. Lulic and Cudjoe, the 2 wingers on the score sheet, really well played to both of them in this game. And to be fair, again, defenders, Edwards and Graham, really, really good performances from them. But like I say, Edwards is getting on a little bit now, and it is going to be his last season for us. We have actually got 2 more defenders coming in on free transfers in when the January transfer window starts. We've got them on pre-contract agreements. Their deals were originally finishing at the end of December, so I'm looking forward to them 2 coming in. So we remain in 4th place with 2 points ahead of Aberdeen now. Aberdeen only managed a 0-0 draw against St Mirren. We've got a home game coming up against Kilmarnock, like I say, and hopefully we can get another good result going forward. As you can see, we play them in 7 days' time, so I'll just get that week out of the way and then we will be back for our second home game of this episode. Okay, here we go for the game at home to Kilmarnock. We've got no fresh injury concerns, which is always a bonus, and we are going to be making a few changes to the starting lineup. We are rotating reasonably regularly at the moment. It's basically just to give some of our other young players some game time. Dylan Levitt is back in the side with Kesgin, as you can see there. We've got Stashevsky remaining in goal. Bass, Bennett, Dig, Bereku and Ashcroft are our back 4 with Moore, Kesgin and Levitt in the midfield trio with Lulic wide left, Hlinson wide right and Polidoro up front. So as you can see, a lot of changes, but hopefully we can do alright in this game and get another good result under our belts. I was actually just looking at the league table from last season before we were in charge, and they finished the season with 38 points last season, Dundee United. So by comparison, we're not quite halfway through the season yet, and if we win this game today against Kilmarnock, we'll have already hit 30 points. So I think that we've done quite well in terms of improving the side's fortunes. And like I say, if we can get a win today, we're pretty much looking at that top half finish, in my opinion. We've found that we can beat a number of teams in the league, and it's going quite well, if I do say so myself so far. Levitt with the ball over top here. Hlinson has support in the penalty area, plays it back to Ashcroft, the right back, and Ashcroft has scored a brilliant goal there. It's his first goal of the season, in off the inside of the post, and we have a 1-goal lead here. 2.5 minutes in. A very, very good start here. Hlinson with the assist. And as you can see, we've got a very strong bench lined up for us today as well. So if anything does go awry, we have got the potential to make some good changes to the side. We've had no offers for Levitt so far either. No one I mean, we've not actively transfer listed Dylan Levitt at the moment, but if we qualify for Europe, he might make a U-turn anyway. And if we do qualify for Europe, obviously, it does give us an opportunity to surround ourselves with some better players, as well as trying, hopefully, to keep him at the club. But we'll have to wait and see how it goes, really. Bennett here with a free kick just inside the Kilmarnock half. Here's Geskin, and he loses out to Cadiz, and it's Donnelly to right. Now Murray back into Donnelly. They're just knocking the ball about nicely at the back here, Kilmarnock. Plays it to the right hand side, and McPake is pushing forward here. Still going here, McPake plays it over the top here for Liam Smith, and he plays it in, and Dig Beraku does superbly to get it away, and Bass does really well there as well, and it remains 1-0. Free kick in a very similar position, more into Levitt now. Looks over the top, and Polidoro couldn't get onto it. Levitt's pass just curled away from him slightly, and unfortunately the chance is over. Ejaria looking to get onto it here, and he does well and finds Dane Murray, who was the man who scored the winner in the game earlier in the campaign. Our goalkeeper finds Dig Beraku now into Levitt. Bit of time on there. Finds Azak Kesgin. Plays it into Lulic. Good passing move here. Polidoro into Bass, who looks over the top here, and Lulic is there, and Hlinson is there. McGivelry does really well to get onto that, and it remains 1-0. But he delivers it forward. Bennett wins the header. Now Levitt into Kesgin again, who looks over the top, and Polidoro's in behind now, and Polidoro has scored. It is 2-0 now, half an hour gone. It's Polidoro's 7th goal of the season. It's his first goal in quite a while, I might add. He has been struggling for form recently, but that is a very good finish, and our front players are certainly doing the business for us here. Excuse me. And as you can see by the stats on that left-hand side, possession is looking very good. We're hitting 60% at the moment, and we've certainly created a lot more chances as well. Bass here to Dig Beraku, into Bennett. He has got support ahead of him, finds Bass again. Back into Bennett. Just holds onto it nicely, finds Moore and Kesgin. It's just the easy passes so far, but Byers manages to win it back for Kilmarnock. I'm hoping we can get in at half-time with that clean sheet still intact. Here's Moore into Lulic. Now Bass has a bit of space if he wants to make use of it, but he decides to play it back here to Bennett. Very, very patient build-up here. Here's Moore. Has an opportunity to play it through if he can find the ball, and Hlinson does beat Mackenzie to it, tries to find Polidoro, and he got a good effort in. It is blocked by Murray, and it remains 2-0. But we do have a set piece here, which is going to be taken by Polidoro as well. And he swings it in, and it's cleared away. And Lulic manages to get there, but nothing comes of it, and it's going to be a 2-0 lead at half time, it would appear. I think we've done really well in that first half. We're certainly showing our potential as well, I think, and it's not looking too bad. As it stands, we're going to be 4 points ahead of Aberdeen as well, and we're slowly but surely cementing ourselves in that 4th place, and we're actually only 3 points behind Rangers, which I didn't realise, as things stand, of course. So I think we're certainly in with a good chance at the moment. This top half is quite congested, but we're doing quite well to hold our own for sure. Ajaria looking for Cadiz, Dig Beraku again doing superbly in there. More into Azak Kesgin, now Lulic. Back into Bennett, holds onto it and finds Bass. Into Lulic again. Bass plays it back into Moore. Azak Kesgin. Bennett loses out to Donnelly, but we managed to just about win it back there. That was a bit risky. And Hlinson has pulled up a little bit there, it would appear. And this is Murray. Looks over the top for Byers. It's cleared by Dig Beraku. And now Dylan Levitt. Looks over the top. It's a brilliant ball from Levitt. And now Lulic into the penalty area. Holds on to it. Looks to the edge of the penalty area for Kesgin. And he releases a really good effort on the volley. It's just over the crossbar again. We are going to make a change, I think. Hlinson, potential groin injury. We don't want to take any risks with him. We're going to bring Rory McLeod on that right-hand side. He's not had much game time recently, Rory McLeod, but hopefully he will come on and do a good job for us. And to be quite honest, in terms of player fitness, we're not looking too bad. Lulic is struggling a little bit, so I think we will take him off, and we'll move Polidoro out to the wide left. And I think we'll bring Fraser Sharp on up front. He has done quite well for us recently, Fraser Sharp, so hopefully he can continue that form and just see the game out for us up front today. So the two wingers are changed. McLeod and Polidoro moves back, with Sharp coming on. And as you can see, in terms of ratings as well, we've done really well in this game. We're looking a lot better all of a sudden, and we're getting wins against teams that, like I say, I didn't expect that we'd necessarily do as well against them as we have done. Hibernian being one of them, we've won 2 out of 2 against them this season, and we also got that win against Hearts last time out as well. And this is Bennett. Plays it out wide into Bass, and now Polidoro moving down this left-hand side. He has got support in the centre. It's a brilliant pass into Fraser Sharp, and the strike is just over the crossbar. Really brave effort from Fraser Sharp there, but it remains 2-0. But we're looking really good. It's a completely rotated side, remember this. It's not our strongest lineup, and more into Dylan Levitt. Again, looks over the top, and Polidoro is there, and he couldn't quite find Sharp, but Sharp has managed to create an opportunity, has 2 strikes at it, and McGilvery manages to make 2 good saves there, and they get it away. I think we've been unlucky, to be honest, not to be further ahead than we are. St Johnstone are 2-0 up against Rangers. That's a massive shock so far in that fixture, and it means that we are only 2 points behind Rangers now, which is a brilliant place to be in. We remain 4 points ahead of Aberdeen and a further 2 points ahead of St Johnstone, who of course are beating Rangers, as I've just said. But we're certainly looking comfortable at the moment, and dare I say it, I think we're almost certain for a top half finish this season. It's just a case of whether we'll qualify for Europe or not, in my opinion. We're playing really well, and with the rotation we've got, we're looking quite good at the minute. And as the game comes to an end, we've managed to get a very good 2-0 win, and 2 clean sheets here as well. Really, really positive stuff, and I certainly can't complain. Polidoro, really good performance from him, an 8 rating from him. Ashcroft with an 8.2 as well. Solid performances all round, can't argue with that at all. And we look forward to the January transfer window probably here. I'll just have a look at the fixtures, see what we might come back for. I'm trying to mix it up a bit because obviously it is a small league, so being able to come back for different fixtures at some point is going to be a little bit difficult, but hopefully we can find a way of moving things around a bit. So I'm just going to wait for this to load through, and we will check to see what fixtures we've got coming up. And let's have a look. We're certainly going to get through the rest of December. We've actually got a Scottish Cup tie at home to Hearts, so I mean, we have just had a home game against Hearts, haven't we? Let's see. I think we'll come back for the Scottish Cup game at home to Hearts, and then we've got a game in the league against Celtic as well. So we'll probably come back for those 2. We'll get 6 games out of the way. We'll be in the middle of the January period as well, and obviously we'll have transfer deadline day in and around that Celtic game as well. So it might take a bit of time to load through properly, but we'll come back for those 2 games, and we'll see if we can continue this really good run of form and see where we end up in the table when we see you tomorrow. So until then, thank you very much for supporting the channel. Please like and subscribe. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time, and this is Big Will signing away.